The Honda Civic and the Mazda RX8 are two heavily compared cars. The biggest difference between the Civic and RX8 is the type of engine that they use. The Civic has an inline 4 engine that is commonly used in cars. On the other hand, the RX8 uses a Wankel rotary engine. The engine of the RX8 doesn't have pistons and only has 3 moving parts. The Wankel engine of the RX8 is much lighter, more reliable, and has a very smooth power flow across the RPM range. If you want to know more, let's get started. Because of the difference in engine design, there are also several implications with regards to displacement and power. While most Civic engines have displacements of 2.0 liters or more, the RX8 only has a 1.3-liter engine. But despite being a much smaller engine, the Wankel engine is able to put out a lot more horsepower than inline 4 engines are able to put out. Because of this, the RX8's engine is classified as a 2.5 3.0-liter engine when being compared to traditional engine designs. There are both huge and minor differences in these two models. Honda sees Civic as the severe contestant in the segment. The RX8 doesn't win in terms of capacity, but the Mazda still shipped a lot of vehicles. The dimension rate plays an important role in matching. Finally, look at wheelbases, which are 2,736 mm 108 in vs 2,700 mm 106 for Mazda RX8 and Honda Civic respectively. Now let's look at main specs. Mazda RX8 only needs 7.7 sec for running at 60 miles per hour. Honda Civic needs 6.8 sec to get the same speed. It's needed to consider that the max speed of RX8 is 223 km/h 139 mph, while Civic may go at 220 km/h 130. It is also capable of putting out somewhere between 197 and 250 HP depending on the model. Civics produce way less horsepower than that, except of course for models like the Type R, which produces comparable power to the RX8. Another major difference between the Civic and the RX8 is in how power is delivered to the wheels. The Civic with its i4 engine provide a lot more torque on the low end than on the high end. In comparison, the engine of the RX8 provides a more constant power delivery across the RPM range. This gives the RX8 a smoother feel and gives some people the impression that it is weaker in the lower RPM than Civics. For both makers, harmless use was a primary factor when building cars. The newest set of options of Honda guards motorists and passengers in Honda Civic. Engineers realized the RX8 with all kinds of safety, and the safety technologies of Mazda RX8 are efficient for people outside. Owners of Mazda often write in reviews that it's a very safe vehicle. Also, RX8 provides great steering and braking systems for enhanced safety. Handling is another area where the RX8 excels over the Civic. This is due in part to the smaller and lighter engine and the way the weight is distributed across the body. The RX8 achieves an even 50-50 distribution because it manages to keep most of its weight between the front and rear axles. As such, the RX8 handles much better around corners and is less prone to understeer or oversteer. You can't say for 100% if Honda Civic is actually better than Mazda RX8, but there are still pros and cons. Think of RX8 through 10 obvious advantages to get it. But remember about the 6 pluses of RX8. Choosing between Honda and Mazda won't be too hard for fans of the companies. We are almost wrapping up. These are the common differences between these two. Hope you like this video. Please comment, share, and subscribe to this channel for more videos.